Hey, it's me. It's Mr. Cornian. I'm stuck in what seems like it might be a whole different dimension. But I think I found a way out. There's a machine that's that's allowing for people to go back to their own original dimension. Well, the only way I can get the machine to work is I've got to create some eco art for Eco Week. So I think I'm gonna do just that. Um, I think I'm gonna do the most eco art for Eco Week ever ecoed. Let's get it. Okay, I'm gonna start off with a 5x5 in Photoshop. And I think I'm gonna actually take this to another program later, but let's start with this. Let's start by bringing in an image. So I'll go to place embedded. I've got some 2 eco pictures here. I think I'm gonna use this one. And you know what? Resize that. Make it full size. And you know what? I think I'm gonna use the other eco picture as well. Let's see. I'm gonna open it in a different document or a different artboard. All right. So we've got this picture here and we've got this picture here. What I'm gonna do is combine the two. So I'm gonna go here and use my object selection tool and draw a little square over this. All right. And you can see I missed some of that there. So then I'll use my quick selection tool to get all of those other bits and pieces there. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but I want it to look pretty good. All right. And I'm gonna hit this little, there's a circle within a rectangle here. What that's gonna do, single that out. And now I'm gonna bring this over to my other eco picture. So it's eco on eco. Oh, so I'm gonna control T for transform, and that allows me to resize this picture. So make that smaller. Zoom back in. And I want to place it right above the circle image there. Nice. Just how I want it. But notice the thumbs are behind that picture. So I want to change that. I'm going to use my quick selection tool again. And let me make sure I'm on the correct layer. And I'm just going to select those thumbs. What I'm going to do, get my mover tool. I'm going to duplicate that whole layer. Move it to the top. And then single out those thumbs. And make sure I place them in the correct position. And there we go. So now I like what that looks like right there. So what I'm gonna do, actually, looks like this finger right here should have the same thing happen to it. So I'm gonna do that one more time. Duplicate that. Then place it right above there. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and save this. Save as Eco. Simple enough. All right, now what I want to do is go to Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator. And I'm going to open that file up. There's no time. All right. So this is now just one image. I'm going to image trace. So this is good for making things look kind of cartoon a little bit. Let's try low fidelity. Oh, that looks nice. Let's try high fidelity. I like that. There we go. There is my eco art. I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to load this into the machine, and I really hope that this works. Oh, I miss my teammates in the studio. Hopefully I can get back. Always remember to save. Eco.
Wow.
Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What a video.
That sure was a video.
It was definitely.
Whoa, more like equo.
Hey guys, it's
How-
me.
Do y'all?
It's me.
It's me.
And welcome to day 3 of
Eco Week.
Where's Shrek?
I forgot about him. You wanna go get him? Go invite him in. We have an extra credit.
Shrek!
He'll be by later. He called me earlier.
Oh really?
He's running late.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's day 3 of Eco Week. Thank you, Mr. Cornian, for that
That amazing,
eco art piece you made.
yeah, that quick tutorial to start us off for today. He made some really cool art using Photoshop and Illustrator. And, you know, as you said, Mr. Cornian, thank you. And my name is Miss Nicole.
I'm Mr. Zach.
And I'm Mr. Steven.
And, yeah, so it's Eco Week, meaning that we're going to be focusing on all things environmental related. And it is Earth Day today.
Whoa, it's
Oh.
Earth Day.
I totally knew.
You planned that, right, Miss Nicole? Because it's Eco Week, and you're like,
Uh-huh.
oh man, it's
Wow.
Earth Day.
Earth
We should do a
Day
whole week based off of it, right?
Yeah.
Earth
Uh-huh.
Happy Earth Day, everyone.
Yep. Happy birthday, Earth.
Make sure you go outside, give the Earth a big old hug.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But not in the middle of the road.
no.
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 Pick a sidewalk.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or the grass.
Or the grass.
Preferably just your front yard, your
Yeah.
backyard, a yard,
Find a yard.
you know.
Give a dog a
yard.
hug.
Yeah.
Because they've been dealing with a lot lately.
Go put your hand in some dirt and
Mhm.
just hold it and be like, thanks, Earth. And then
Yeah.
dust in the wind.
Yeah, let it go. Let it go.
Dirt in the wind.
Dirt
Mhm.
in the wind. All we are is
Dirt
dirt in the
in-
wind. Should we turn the... Goodbye, Earth. So, Mr. Cornian's video was... Yeah, go ahead, just finish it. So, Mr. Cornian's... We have an angry ghost who lives here. So Mr. Cornian's video was awesome and really informative about how to work on a piece in Photoshop, and then he even brought it into Illustrator a little bit. So I was thinking, why don't we pick up where we left off, keep doing some fun Illustrator work today, and maybe, what should we do in Illustrator?
Oh.
It's Earth Day.
It is.
And I feel like not enough people know it's Earth Day.
How do we get that message out?
I knew it was.
We
Earth
should-
Day.
But I know, okay, but you're special, Miss Nicole.
Yeah, thank you.
But for all the people out there that don't know, we gotta let them know somehow. And
Yeah.
how do you guys find out about things?
Well, the internet.
Internet, that's a good one. That's a good one. How
But
else?
besides that, usually when I'm walking to my local bodega,
Uh-huh.
I will see a bunch of
Rats just scuttling in the
that
streets.
too. I mean,
'Cause we live
the
in New
bodega,
York, baby.
New York.
Rats.
You know, I'll see what we call, it looks like a paper on like a wall. I don't know what those are called.
Wallpaper.
Oh, poster?
Oh, posters.
Posters.
That's a great
Flyers.
idea, Mr. Steven. We should make an Earth Day poster to get the message out.
I
Yes.
agree.
What program should we use?
Oh, wait,
You
you're
said-
talking to me?
Oh, yes. You said we should leave off where Mr. Cornian left off. Or we should start where Mr. Cornian left off.
Or end where Mr. Cornea started off.
Yes. And begin where Mr. Cornian ended.
Because in the end,
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Alright, so I'm going to try so hard, and let's go ahead and go on over to Adobe Illustrator.
all right.
Man, that's so far.
I can't do this.
What's up, Ecos?
Wow.
What's
Wow.
up, Eco Heads?
What's
We're back
up?
with another eco-related art piece.
Yep, that we
It's
are.
Earth Day.
It is.
I love you, Earth.
So we're back in Illustrator. When was the last time we used Illustrator?
So, I could be wrong, you know, because I'm wrong about everything in life.
Mhm.
Yes.
But I definitely remember us making an art piece for our South by Southwest inspired week.
That's
we
right.
did. We made a poster for
That
our
we did.
festival. So very similar concept here.
Yeah.
A very different topic.
Mm-hmm.
Much more important one. As
So,
important. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
Finish it, Doc.
It's too late. It's past.
All right. So, I was thinking that, I mean, if we have time, we can do 2 posters, but old Miss Nicole had a
Mm-hmm.
kind of an idea that sprouted in my head and turned into an idea tree.
That's pretty eco.
So, why don't we go ahead and do that? Are y'all okay if I just kind of take the reins?
Yeah.
Go
let's
for it,
just
Miss Nicole.
jump right into it.
So, what I was thinking of doing is I want to create a poster that has like a weathered kind of organic feel. And what better way to do that than to import a paper texture so that way I can use that on my my background here. Because in a fresh Adobe Illustrator file, and you see here that I'm using Alt and scrolling to zoom in, that is a lot, we can see that it's just plain white. There's no texture to it. And that's how regular printer paper is, but
Mm-hmm.
if we want to give it more of like a worn, kind of grungy look, I want to go with some recycled paper. So I was able to find a cool website that has a bunch of free resources here. So I'm going to pick out one that maybe gives us kind of like, you know, some nice weathered look. So I'm going to just go ahead and copy my image here. And I'm going to go into Illustrator, and then I'm going to paste it.
Ooh, very nice,
Wow.
Miss Nicole.
And I made sure that I grabbed a picture that was going to be really big, because I want to make sure it is not going to kind of look, how you say, busted whenever we print it out. If we
Gotcha.
print it out. Because we need to make sure that this is going to retain a high quality of image. So I'm just sizing it down to where it's going to be the correct size for my page. I'm also going to crop my image, so that way it fits just right over here. So guys, whenever you think of Earth Day, what do you think of?
Earth.
Obviously, Earth, like a globe, perhaps, representing
Calendars.
the entire Earth. Lots of green for the color palette.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps some blue, because,
Water,
yes.
in case you're thirsty.
Well, it's a great timing there that you mentioned a color palette. So I'm here at Adobe Color, so color.adobe.com. And this is a really, really, really great resource for any artists out there, even if you're not doing digital art, but just art in general, because it's going to help you out with something called color theory, which is hard if you don't know color theory. It's hard to kind of figure out what colors go together or why they go together, right? So you can go ahead and kind of click through here, and you can adjust it to where you just want shades of a color, or you just want compound, or you just want complementary, split complementary, double split complementary. There's a lot of stuff there that is really, it's theory, right? So it's a little bit more involved than just being like color and color go together. So
Very cool.
it's a great way to create a diversified but also very cohesive color palette for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and do analogous, meaning that these colors are all adjacent to each other on the color wheel. And I prefer to do that just because, I don't know, I just think it looks a little bit better. And we're talking a lot about greens, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then were we also talking a little bit about blues, maybe?
Oh yeah. Lots
And
of blues.
then something kind of like this. Now I can kind of go in and I can adjust the tint here. I can make any of these colors darker if I want to. You want to move this towards a little bit more green. Then this becomes a little bit more blue. And you see how it's actually just kind of calculating where it should be in terms of how to actually give you an analogous color scheme. So it's making sure that all these points are equidistant from each other.
It's a really cool tool. And it's free to use online?
Yep.
Wow.
So if you have an Adobe account, or if you're here in the studio, then you can actually download this color scheme that it gives you and import it. If you don't, then guess what? It gives you all your hexadecimal codes, which will work for any website, anything that you're using for color.
Very cool. We should have utilized this during our first week, all those months ago. Remember when we did Color Week, Mr. Steven?
No, not really. I'm a changed man now. I don't. That old Steven, you know, he didn't even really know red and blue, the difference. But now,
The new
Steven.
Steven 2.0.
a lot more sophisticated. So I would say yes, we should have used that.
All right, you guys, classic you guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add in my little colors here because I copied and pasted them. I'm thinking that this will look pretty good. What about you guys?
I think so too. I think those are very earthly colors.
Yep.
Earth.
Yeah, I love that place.
It's a good.
So-
It's pretty good.
I'm just gonna go ahead and add in these colors as I need them, but I'm gonna start off with my blues and my greens. So what I was thinking of doing is doing a little border around our poster, right?
Yeah.
How does that sound to y'all?
Perfect for me.
That sounds good to me. Kind of a defining edge.
Yeah, definitely. And one of our big kind of colors that we most associate with Earth is the color green. So I was thinking we can go ahead and go in with the green and use that as our background. And again, you know, our whatever keyboard shortcuts I'm using are going to pop up on the screen here so you can follow along with what I'm doing.
That is too nifty.
It's awfully nifty. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new layer and lock layer number 1. You don't necessarily need to do this, but I just like to, and it's an old habit that I use in Photoshop, so I just carry it over to Adobe Illustrator. So I want to grab a rectangle, and I want to create my border. I don't think I want it in this color. I think I want it in this one-ish. And so I know that we had just made all of our colors on the color wheel, but I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to darken it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So we're still going to stick with the general vibes and like the same color family, but I'm just going to add some tint to it.
Yeah.
And now, I know what you're thinking. This isn't a border. This is just a square on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch this out to where it's fitting on all my edges. So that way I know, hey, cool. This is the exact size of my canvas. And I'm using an A4 canvas, by the way. And now, instead of having my stroke here be invisible, I want the inside to be invisible, and you'll understand why. So I'm going to press that flipping button,
Where'd it go?
and boom. And now it's flipped. And now I'm going to up the stroke.
Whoa.
And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring my stroke to the inside, so it's going to line inside. And then from here, I'm going to hold down Shift as I drag it around. If I take my pointer tool, then I can move it to where Photoshop will tell me where the center is of my image. And from there, now I can have a fun little border.
Very cool.
So now, what I'm thinking is, This still looks, it looks too processed, man. It doesn't look real, it doesn't look organic.
Yeah.
More earth.
Yeah, what you said. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer here. Actually, I'm not. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to select this here square that I made, rectangle. And I'm going to hold down Alt and drag it. So I'm going to duplicate it. And now I can go ahead and flip that switch. So it's going to be filled in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to change this to black. But really the color that we're going to use, oh, this is not Alt drag.
It does.
Okay, cool. It just didn't make another copy of it. And, you know, I goofed there. I made a real goof. But the great part about working digital is that I can always just undo. Right? Isn't that one of the coolest parts?
That is one of the coolest
Absolutely.
parts.
One of the most powerful tools when working with digital art too.
For sure. So now I'm going to switch the fill from just this regular black to a fun and funky and fresh little gradient here. So you'll all see why eventually.
What were those little dots you clicked on to the black square there, Miss Nicole?
That's a great question. So Adobe Illustrator has this awesome way of creating a gradient, and that's by just selecting points. So you can literally just click on your image here, and you can add in different points. And it'll create like kind of a warping color around it.
That's pretty nifty.
It is, right? Alright, cool. So now I have this completed here. And I can adjust how much spread there is. Again, I can adjust how much spread there is. And I want to go in here. So I'm going to select my square, which is behind it. And I want to make a mask. And now I'm going to select this fun, funky, and fresh guy right here. I'm going to copy him. And then I'm going to go select again over here and paste it. And now I have my opacity mask right there. So for this, I can move it, and boom! Now it looks like some of the color has gotten worn away over the years or otherwise.
Very neat.
If I've decided that, you know, hey, this doesn't look great, I can always edit my gradient, and now I can see it from right here. So I'm thinking I need to add in more white instead. So this can be a much lighter gray. The cool thing about masking is that masking is going to be, so long as your mask is not inverted, whatever it is that's black is going to be erased, and whatever it is that's white is going to show up. And if you pick a gray, then it's going to give you kind of a nice little gradient. Alright, cool. So, I got that all sorted. And what I do want to do is I'm going to select this, and now I'm going to go into my effects. And I'm gonna add some texture, right?
Yeah,
Ooh.
texture.
Because if our art is organic, it's eco, it's gonna have
Yes.
a little bit of texture. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna add a little bit of noise, just like Mama used to make.
Make some noise.
To make some noise. So I've gone ahead and select stippled, and stippling is a style of shading that you use in traditional art, where you just make a bunch of little dots. And, you know, you can translate it over to Illustrator too. Press OK. And now what that does is, see how now these edges are more feathered?
Yeah.
So it's not just like a straight kind of black and white. And what I want to do actually is I want to go in and I want to edit my gradient again. Because now that I've added in that little tidbit, there are a few things that I'd like to change. And it'll even show me kind of a preview for what it'll look like. So it's dynamic and easy to use. It might be a little bit difficult if you're running this on a computer that can't super handle it. But if you come into the studio and you come hang out with us, then all of our stuff will be able to handle it pretty easily.
Yes, we have some fantastic technology here that all of our club members have access to, and it's pretty top of the line, I would say. Right, Mr.
am
Zach?
very inclined
Yes,
to agree.
I would definitely agree that the equipment in the studio, eco approved.
Eco approved.
tip your eco waitress. So, it's just going to take a little bit of time here to boot up and show us our full-on preview. So for this guy, I'm going to take this gray and I'm going to make it a little bit lighter. And there we go. And now we have a cool little weathered effect. I'm thinking, and you guys, like, I want your input on this. Should I do a rounded edge for my corners here instead of just a flat? Mrs. Zach, what do you think?
On the corners of the border?
Yeah.
I like the hard edge because it lines up with the outside of the paper too. But if you would like, we could try it and see what it looks like.
That's true.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. Alright, so I have this. I can just go ahead and click on these little guys.
Oh, look at that.
And the awesome part is that it's just going to take all of the four corners and apply the exact same curve to them. It's all about working smarter, not harder. What do you think about this? I think I kind of like it a little bit better rounded.
I dig it. Definitely very earth.
Cool.
Let's do it, Miss Nicole.
Nice. And one thing I'm thinking of here as I'm looking at this, I want to actually make this a little bit lighter. And I think the easiest way to do that is just going to be to lower my opacity. And all this is going to do is it's just going to show through more of that plain white. And now that I'm happy with it, I can lock it again so I don't mess with it. So now I have my border here. What else should I add in to my earth poster?
Well, what are some good earth-themed imagery we can add?
Let's think. So, Eco Week, all about protecting the earth, right? So obviously we need some green things, but what about a recycling symbol? Oh, an earth! Oh, of course.
Could do recycling symbol.
How are the viewers of the poster going to know this is an Earth Day poster? It's got to have the earth.
What if we did the earth and then we did somewhat of a recycling symbol around it? But then that does, well, actually, because then that does make me think of just recycling the earth.
Yeah.
Which we don't really want to do. I think that would be a wrong message to send. But I was thinking of just kind of making a little earth here. You know, right? What if we did that? How does that sound?
Bueno.
Yes, yes. So I have made a circle because the earth is a circle.
Now, I would contest that and say the earth is actually a sphere.
Do you want me to make a sphere?
No, a circle works.
Okay. Didn't know where you're going.
It's
for
all
sure,
water.
but- Yeah. Always has been.
Oh.
So I'm going to do kind of the same thing that I did where I'm going to tweak this other color. I'm going to make a new one. So I'm going to have the base, or actually, no, yeah. So I want the base of it to be this nice bright color because this is the main color that I want to use for my earth. And I want to add in some shading as well, like I did on the other one. So, you know, some kind of stippling, a little bit more detail here. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to overlap them. And this is going to be the one that I'm going to darken. And I'm going to really do the exact same thing I did, where I am going to make a mask for this one. Wait, what did I do that time? Oh, wait, don't paste that. Control C. And then I'm going to make a mask. And then I'm going to Control V. Nice. And now, I'm going to line this guy up.
Ah, yes. Second earth.
Surf. And now from here, I am going to create a gradient. So this is going to be filled in with the gradient. And we want to go ahead and do our points once again. And now I'm going to click on this, Cool. So for this one, I'm going to make this one black. And I make this one a little grayish. And I'm going to keep this one at white. And now what we're seeing, right, is that we're seeing some of the darker colors show back up.
That really shows depth. It's like I'm actually now looking at a sphere.
Yeah, right? I love spheres.
That's so cool.
So I think I'm going to go ahead and do something kind of like this. And I'm going to hit it with the exact same thing that I did last time, which is some nice little grainy filter here. So we're going to go over to effects and apply grain. And I went ahead and just kind of kept it the exact same for what I did on my last one because I like the settings that I had there. And so for this, it's really just going to give it some more texture. So that way we're not just looking at a flat picture. Because that can get to be a little bit boring if, you know, you're making 2D art and it's just, you know, flat art on flat art.
Yeah.
So, alright, let's see something kind of like that. Alright, team, how are we feeling?
Feeling good. I think this is a really good start here, Miss Nicole.
Yes.
So when we're thinking about our poster, what exactly do we want to convey about Earth Day?
That Earth is special, maybe that we should take care of our Earth. You know, I think a positive message would be a good message.
Maybe we should also include the date
Yeah?
so people know when Earth Day is. What about that? April 22nd? Is that today?
Is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Is Earth Day the same day, every year?
I don't know.
It can just be for this year.
Earth Day 2020, 2021.
Yes.
The best Earth Day there ever was. So yeah, so we're thinking of doing some kind of positive messages, right? So I think I'm going to go ahead and just add some kind of continents to our planet, some land masses.
Sounds good to me.
And then if anyone wants to go in and add in some text or some other images, we can go ahead and do that.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool. So what I'm going to be doing here is now, in order to make a really cool organic shape, I'm just going to be grabbing my pen tool. And I'm going to go ahead and do this on another layer because, again, I love layers. I'm going to lock my other two so that way I don't mess them up.
Layers.
And I am going to just kind of just draw around, right? Because the cool thing is, you know, there's a reason why we call certain shapes organic, right?
Yes.
And I haven't grabbed these guys yet, so I'm going to grab both of these and import them. So, Mr. Steven, did you hear what I was talking to Mr. Zach with?
I did, and I think Mr. Zach should jump on board.
Should he be next?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Alright, and then I'm going to grab this. Then I'm just going to change this. And all I'm doing here is just adding these to my library for easy access. Alright, cool beans. So I'm going to grab this brown right here. And let's just go ahead and make like a funky shape.
Whoa, that's funky.
That's real funky, right?
Play that funky music, Earth.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and kind of drag this around. Whenever I'm thinking about continents, what kind of shapes are there?
There's a lot of like kind of cone-like shapes or triangle-esque shapes.
Cone shapes? Wait, really?
Cone?
There's like points, like a lot of.
Yeah, but they're not conical.
No, okay. Triangular.
Maybe they're angular, I would say.
Like South America goes down into a point. North America goes down into a point.
Yeah, but that's not conical. Man, Mr. Zach, I didn't know there was going to be a wrong answer to that question.
There's no wrong answers in art.
Africa goes down into a point.
Oh, well, actually, now that you pointed out, that is pretty true. So, let's see here. Let's see this right here. This is looking weird. I'm going to be honest with you guys. But that's alright. That's all part of the process. All part of the learning process.
That's so good.
Do you want to do one better? Bud?
I cannot possibly do a shape better than that. That is just eco. Now, I like how these shapes are mimicking the continents, you know. From afar, they don't need to be perfect. They don't have to resemble anything real. Our minds will understand that these are continents.
I keep doing Photoshop key cuts
Mhm.
here. Have it a normal one. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make one more continent, and then I want to make sure that whoever's up next is thinking about all the cool stuff that they can add. Here you go, Mr. Zach. Here's your ideal shape. Cone.
That's what I was thinking right there.
So you're talking about adding in some text, right?
Yes. So obviously we have to have big text saying Earth Day.
Yeah.
And then what other information should we convey about today? What do you think, Mr. Steven?
Oh, excuse me. The Earth. We should have, you know, information that really conveys why Earth Day is important. You know, this is our only Earth we have after all.
Wait, we don't get another one?
Nope, there is no redo.
There's no Earth 2?
Earth.
Well, that wasn't released yet. You know, that's
Oh,
more
that one's coming out?
2025. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we have to make it to 2025 though. So we should take care of this one.
Definitely.
Gotcha.
I kind of like that green color you had.
Yeah, so what I was thinking of doing is, so you know how I did 2 different tones right here?
Uh-huh.
I was like, well, what if I grab the green and make that green my main undertone, and then I'll do kind of like a little brown on the side. So I'm going to take these, and then I'm going to take this one, and again, I'm just alt dragging on these guys. And for these, I want to change this color over to green. So yeah, Mr. Steven, that was a great point. This is the only Earth we're gonna have.
So what should we say about the Earth
That
to
hasn't
convince
already
people
been
to take
said.
care of it? Earth Day. It's our only one. There's only one Earth.
Earth Day. I'm loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Right?
Yes.
That does sound a little familiar though.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, we'll use it. Earth Day.
But you can decide, Mr.
ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Zach, you know, because
It's
you'll
Earth
be the
Day.
second person editing, and you'll probably be the last person editing, actually, too. I'll just sit here and spectate this beautiful Earth that we call Eco Week.
Should we also include perhaps some information on what to do to protect the Earth? For example,
Oh.
reduce, reuse, recycle.
A little PSA action, huh?
What are some other earthly suggestions?
Earthly possessions.
Earth. It's a day. That's a good one, Chatter.
Man.
Oh,
Oh.
that sounds good to me. Earth. It's a day? Question mark.
The day in the park. Earth. There's no empty spaces.
Earth. Wait, we don't get a second one?
Earth. It's where we live.
Earth. The home planet to Starbucks.
That's a good one.
That do
Mr.
be true,
Steven.
though.
It do be true.
But we don't support Starbucks here because we are not sponsored by Starbucks. Only the Boys and Girls Club is the place that we support.
Yep.
What about this?
Yep.
You're right,
And
camper.
let's remind our viewers at home we only have about 10 more minutes.
Oh, snap. Sorry, guys.
Yes.
Alright, so
So, Mr. Zach, are you ready to jump on this poster here?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be. I might need some help though.
Don't worry about it.
In case the viewers at home, obviously.
Yeah,
need
because
some
you're
help.
a
Yeah.
pro,
Yes.
so you don't need our help. If anything, we're the ones who need you.
That's right.
Because without Mr. Zach, we're down bad. Alright, and then on this last one, I'm just going to do the same thing where I'm going to apply my gradient.
Miss Nicole, do you think you should do like a mask for that one continent so it kind of cuts off around the edge?
Yeah, I was going to go ahead and just do like a circle there.
Or you could just simply move it over for the sake of time. Kind of be easier there.
Hello? Why is this being the way that it is?
It do be that way sometimes.
I wouldn't worry about it much, the nitty gritty, you know.
Alright, cool.
Oh, we have a chatter saying Mr. Zach is the coolest. Thank you so much for the shout out. I hope I can live up to the expectations that you have of me when I add in this text here in just a second.
Okay, Mr. Zach may be the coolest, but who is the coolerest?
Who's the coolerest? Whew, that's a big title to go after, Mr. Steven. I don't know.
A little wordplay.
Okay. Adobe Illustrator's getting mad at me. So
That's fine. Let's just
we're
move on
gonna
here.
Go ahead and move on.
That's a green continent right there.
That it is.
No dirt, only plants.
Alright. So
Mr. Zach? You want to jump in the hot seat?
Let's do it.
Nicole, don't. I wouldn't even worry about
I know, I'm just clicking off of
Nitty-gritty.
it.
Oh.
Okay. Alright.
Here we go. All right, time to add the text. So, Miss Nicole, I believe you did us all a favor and added a bunch of cool new fonts that we can take a look at here. So, text will automatically make a new layer, right?
Yeah.
So, let's grab our text tool here on the left, and I'm just gonna click and drag right here. And what should it say? Just basic Earth Day?
I think that's the perfect
Some
saying
kind of
right
other
there.
slogan, perhaps? Earth Day.
Earth Day? Question mark?
Earth Day? Oops.
Earth Day. Never heard of it.
Never.
Until today.
I'm just leaving it there. All right, so we got our text. Let's make it bigger.
Yes, chat. We got some new fonts.
Boom. 72. Why don't we make it bigger? Let's make it 100.
Wait, you're really doing... Oh, this... Earth Day.
Earth Day?
Earth Day?
All right. So now let's check. Oops. Let's take a look at these fonts.
Yeah.
And here we go. Oop, can't see it. Whoa. Oh no.
Just undo it.
All right. So can we see it while we're?
Yeah, you can actually just click on it.
There we go. Earth. Earth Day. Any winners?
I
We
think
need-
I like the
Oh,
one with
the-
the boxes.
That emoji Earth Day.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a good one.
Ooh, that one's pretty good.
But it doesn't fit the theme, and I think we need one to really fit the aesthetic. That's a nice one.
This one? This one? This one?
We need something bold. So we
Bold?
can really tell the audience out there that Earth.
Sounds-
Oh, we have our chatter saying we should be Earth.
The
The
day.
day.
Oh, okay.
The day before Earth.
Earth before time.
Why don't you do Earth? Okay, hear me out. Earth on the top, the day on the bottom.
Oh, that's a good idea, Ms. Nicole. Earth.
And instead of a text box, just do a regular. You should try just doing a regular text. So you can just do text and click. That way you can center it better.
The day. What if we have it over the Earth a little
Oh, now
Ooh.
that's some design skills right there.
bit? Yeah. I'll make this one a little bigger too. Nope. About like what
Why don't you just retype it in a regular box?
That's a good idea.
Earth.
Earth.
You know, if you look at Earth, the word, quite a bit,
Uh-huh.
kind of
Whoa.
strange.
Yeah? Is that your takeaway from Earth?
Earth. Earth. What is language, y'all? Perfect. Yes, thank you, Mr. Chatter in the chat. These designs are brought to you from the YAI crew, so everything really is a little touch of perfect.
All right, and what color should this text be? We have our color palette here.
Mm-hmm.
Should we use this color that we haven't used yet?
No,
Oh,
that's gonna
nope.
be really hard to see.
Yeah, you're right, you're right. What if
You
we
don't-
did...
You don't have to highlight it if you want to see the color. You can just click on it. So click on the text, like with the select tool. Yeah.
There we go. Brown, some green.
I think a good contrasting color from the background would be the most appropriate one.
Okay, okay. Any suggestions there, Mr. Steven? Red. Is that very earthly?
No.
No, okay. What about the dark blue? Stick with that for now?
That works.
Alright, oops.
Earth.
Earth.
The day.
The day. This one, maybe don't have it overlap on the... Alright, and should we add a little shadow, perhaps?
The hedgehog?
Little Shadow the Hedgehog? Alright, where might the shadow option be? For the viewers at home,
Yeah.
the effect.
Should be a drop shadow effect in there.
I don't know. Whenever I want to add shadows, I always go into 3D. Extrude and bevel.
Alright,
Whoa!
what about some of that action?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Alright,
Earth. I love him.
Earth the Day. Should we make this one the same or no?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Go
It would
ahead.
Let's do
Definitely
it.
appropriate
Let's
for
get
the design.
crazy in here.
Drop shadows and stylize. Yes, thank you, Mr. Cornian.
There we go. Drop shadows is in stylize. Which, oh, here we go.
Oh, Illustrator effects. Because it gives you Photoshop and Illustrator.
Oh. Boom.
Whoa!
Wow.
Earth the Day.
Nice.
This is
There it is.
So cool.
All right, it is 6:59. That is just about all the time we had for today.
Let's show off the poster. Let's do
Let's
an
show it
F
off.
real quick.
Let's.
Yeah, there we go. Can we put it right in the center? Very nice.
Boom.
Earth
The
the
day.
day.
You know it, guys.
Thank you, Earth, for letting us live on you.
And on that note, we would like to thank all our viewers at home, and we mean all of them,
Yes.
watching this fantastic Earth Day stream.
Hang in there.
We hope y'all have had a fun time, even watching our really cool Mr. Cornian segment in the beginning.
Yeah, definitely.
And we will be back tomorrow
Tomorrow,
with the conclusion, the
conclusion.
exciting conclusion
Exciting.
of Earth Day. What could it be?
Earth Day.
What are Fridays usually?
I don't know.
I don't want to give it
I don't
away.
know.
but
Friday's usually the end of the week.
Do we even do
yes.
something on
I
Fridays?
don't-
It's Minecraft
Oh,
Friday.
Oh my gosh.
Hope you guys tune in. We're going to be doing some eco-related Minecraft artwork. We hope to see you there. And as always, I am Mr. Zach.
I'm Miss Nicole.
And I'm Mr. Steven.
Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Happy Earth Day.
Merry
Bumblebee.